All right, live. You are live. I like it. All right, we are live and ready to go. Live Digital Marketing Monday is here. Happy Monday. Hope you're doing good today. Today we're talking everything lead generation. All right, so we're doing a live Q&A today. Hope you're doing good. Let me know what you did this weekend in the comments. We had soccer, so it's soccer season. You guys know me. If you know me, I was a baseball player. I ain't played soccer my whole life ever. Okay, so now I'm coaching soccer. Let me tell you, these kids are out of shape. That's all I got to say about that. These kids, they're out of shape. They don't know what's going on. It was 80 degrees outside, and these kids are out of shape. We had a little girl throw up. I'm like, man, we got to get these kids in shape. These kids don't know how to take the heat that we grew up with. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know this, but I don't know where you're from. I grew up in Georgia. I grew up like spending my summers in Mississippi. Okay, so I don't know where you're from. Okay, but all I see is these kids just don't know how to. They just don't know how to be outside like all day. You know what I mean? Like it's like anyway. Rant over. All right, so today, everything lead generation. All right, getting leads to your business, making sure it's the lifeblood of your business, right? So I'm going to be answering any question you got around lead generation. Throw it on me, lay it on me. All right, you can see the headline here. It says, post your lead generation questions. Because in order for you to get daily coaching clients, all right, we're going to be real right here, okay? In order for you, if you want to get clients daily, like say me in the comments section, if you want to actually get clients every day, right? You want to onboard people every day into your programs. You want to onboard people every day into your business, right? All right. Am I right? But are we getting the leads every day? Right. I always say, the sale that you make today isn't likely going to be because of the leads that you generated today. Okay. A lot of times the sale that you make, we always talk about having record-breaking months. Those record-breaking months in business, a lot of times aren't because of the leads that you got this month. A lot of times they're because of the leads that you've been working over the last 30 to 90 days. Okay. And and then when we actually do have those people that buy, that come to us and buy today. What's up, Todd? Good to see you, man. Chad, what's up, dude? Say what's up if you're just popping on. Say, hey, what's up? And drop your prompt. If you have a lead generation question, I'm going to be going over a list of questions that were sent from the audience. But again, if you have particular ones, they may be on here, but they may not. Okay. So I'm going to spend the next maybe 20, 30 minutes just jamming on, how you can do lead generation better, because it is the lifeblood of your business. All right. So, all right. But again, if you're not getting leads every day, then that means no sales coming in every day. So let's break it down. All right. If you're ready, say I'm ready. If you're excited, get excited. All right. Let's dive into lead gen. All right. Before we go in, we're here every single Monday. All right. Digital Marketing Monday, here to help you build your coaching business better, faster, stronger, all those things. Okay. We want to help you build an actual coaching business that runs itself. So if you're new, if this is your first time watching, make sure you say what's up. Make sure you say, hey, if you have not yet connected with us, or if you haven't yet posted inside of the Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group, then make sure you join. If you're in it and you haven't let everyone know who you are and what you do, I would highly recommend posting on the group timeline, in the thread, and let people know what you do. There are so many other coaches in here, so many other entrepreneurs in our community, in this group, that could be looking for you. Okay, they could be looking for a fitness coach, a mindset coach. They could be looking for a relationship coach. Okay, you want to get people in your circle that are high quality people. There's high quality people in this group, and you could be shooting yourself in the foot just by not introducing yourself to this community. So I highly recommend that you do that. All right. So let's dive in. All right. Let's dive into helping you get better leads to your business every day. All right. Most people, the first thing I got to put on here. All right. You likely don't have a leads problem. The problem is you're probably not being clear with the problem that you solve. As soon as you get clear with the problem that you solve, people that have that problem will automatically assume that you have the solution. Okay. Let me know if that makes sense. Okay. So a lot of times when we're evaluating someone's business and we're at the lead generation place, like we're evaluating, all right, are you getting in front of the right eyeballs every day? A lot of times it comes down to like you're not being clear with the problem that you solve. Because as soon as you get clear with the problem that you solve, it changes so many things in your business. Because, and let me know in the comment section, what problem do you solve? Because I think this is one of the things that we have to work on today. We have to get clear in this thing right now. All right, before you leave here, you need to have more clarity on the problem that you solve. Corey, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. A greater path on here as well. All right, say what's up if you're popping on. Say what up, and then post your questions below. But post your lead gen questions. But think about it like this: if you're clear on the problem you solve, okay, and let's just say you solve the problem of helping people avoid divorce, okay. It's a relationship problem, right? If you are clear on that problem, then not only is your confidence going to go up, your confidence is going to skyrocket because you know that you solved this problem, okay? The adverse of that is when you post about it, when you talk about it, you're talking and you're telling the people that you're getting in front. One, you'll know exactly if you're in front of the right people, okay? Let's just nip that one in the buttocks right there, right? You'll know if you're in front of the right people. Why? Because you know, like, you know what, like the likelihood of you solving someone's divorce or helping someone with their divorce isn't likely that you're going to be working with people that are 20 years old, right? I help people gain a better understanding of self. All right, cool. Let's dive into that. So you're here. And also, I want to reference this, Corey. So we're going to bounce off Corey's question, or not Corey's question, but Corey's problem that he solves. I help people gain a better understanding of self. All right, perfect. What lead generation questions do you have? Because I want to tie this back to what you just said here. So just really quick, if any lead generation question that you have, Corey, let's jam on that for a second, because I want to tie it back into I help people gain a better understanding of self. Okay. So most people, again, if we talk about you don't have a lead generation problem, you likely have a problem. You have a problem clarity issue. I'm actually going to put this, I'm going to put that in parentheses. I'm going to edit this here because I want you to really emphasize on the problem clarity issue. Because if we can get clear on Corey's problem that he solves, then it automatically is going to change how you do lead generation. It's going to change everything you think about lead generation. Thank you, because I don't know how to market myself. All of this is new. Okay, perfect, dude. And I'm glad, first of all, pat on the back, show a bunch of hearts and love for Corey just for coming out and being, because sometimes it's hard to come out and say, like, you know what, I had this issue in my business, or I'm having this problem right now. So one, shout out to Corey for actually being brave enough and being like, you know what, I got a damn problem right now. All right, so let's help you solve this, dude. I help people gain a better understanding of self. Is that the thing that people wake up in the morning saying, like, oh man, I need to gain a better understanding of myself, right? That's probably not the thing that people wake up saying, right? They're probably not like wondering all day while they're at work, man, if I had a better understanding of myself, like my life would be much better, right? They're not, you can see that that's not the thing that they're saying at work. It's not the thing that they're thinking about right before they go to sleep at night. It's not the thing that they think about as soon as they wake up in the morning. It's not the thing that they're thinking about driving in the car, just sitting in traffic about, do I need a better understanding of myself? Okay. So what's the thing that they will gain once they have a better understanding of themselves? Okay. What's the pot at the end of the bucket? I'm in a similar place. Good for you. Yes. So again, yeah, I mean, other people are in the same place. We all end up with the same problem here, right? So you see what I mean, dude? It's like if you can tell me the adverse, if you can tell me what happens when I gain a better understanding of myself, when I gain a better understanding of myself, is it going to help me find the best relationship? When I gain a better understanding of myself, is it going to help me be more productive at my job? When I gain a better understanding of myself, is it going to help me make more money, or is it going to help me get in the best shape of my life? Because now you see how it can go so many different directions. So again, if you can get clarity around the problem, the real problem, okay, now I can start to market myself better. Now I can start to actually say, all right, well, like these are my perfect leads. These aren't. And I can draw that line. You see how the door opens up? It's like Pandora's box just opens up when we ask ourselves the right questions, and we can find the answers to these questions. Does that make sense? So Corey, Chad, I know you're on here, and you guys said you're kind of going through the same thing. Starting out trying to figure out how you can market your business better. Again, if we narrow down on the problem and we get really good at talking about the problem, then the people that we and then again, all we have to do now, okay, is ask ourselves. I'm going to pull up the whiteboard here. All right, let's pull up the whiteboard. All right, so now when you ask yourself the first question, all of a sudden new questions just start to come up, right? And so now I can ask myself, who has that problem, right? I can ask myself, who has this problem? Yes and no. All right, Corey, so that didn't give me too much to bounce off of. Let's elaborate on that, man. You know what? Let's see. Corey, I don't know if you can. I don't know if you're allowed to come out or not. I don't think you can on StreamYard. I think you have to get invited. But elaborate on that, man. All right. So first question: who has that problem? Okay, and then I can ask myself, where are those people? Okay, because a lot of the questions that people ask about lead generation, they'll ask, where are the best leads? Your leads are everywhere. And I also want to read it. I'm going to pull down the whiteboard for a second and hit this point real quick that, like, guys, there are people all over the world. They have problems. Okay. But if we don't focus on those problems, there's so many people that have the problem of making money, or the problem of relationships, or the problem of health. I mean, again, when we talk about niching our businesses, there's three main niches that'll never go well. They're never going to go away, right? Health, wealth, and relationships. So your niche, your problem that you solve, because we don't niche by the person, we niche by the problem. Okay. Especially in the beginning. If you're just starting out your business, you're not making 10, 20 grand a month in your business yet, then just tell me what problem you solve, and then ask yourselves, who solves that problem and where are they going to be? Okay. Start making that list of who has this problem. Okay. So again, Corey, Chad, if you want to get the most out of this show, then we can dive into those things and start to elaborate on those things. If you don't want to do it here, then connect with one of our clarity coaches. Connect with one of our clarity coaches that can help you find out, hey, this is the problem that I solve. This is who has this problem, and this is where these people congregate. This is where these people hang out. Do the people that have the problem that I solve hang out on TikTok? Do they hang out on blogs? Do they hang out on YouTube? Do they hang out on Facebook, or are they in particular Facebook groups? Again, it's not, a lot of people, they think that lead generation is some like technical thing, when it's not. It's a message thing. It's dialing in on our message in a way that helps us communicate with people better, because it's one thing to be able to communicate with someone and know that they're the perfect lead for you. It's another thing to communicate with someone and know that they're not a good lead for you as well. Okay. Like all the technical things about lead generation, with emails and SMS and all those things, like all that stuff is great, but it does nothing for you if we don't hit the root of the problem by getting your messaging right. Okay. So, Corey, sorry for any confusion. I'm saying the problem I solve is being to your attention that all the power you need to change your life is bringing to your attention All right. So again, I think we're still kind of working through that. I don't think that's the problem. Okay. I don't think that's the problem, Corey. Just if you just type the word impact inside of this thread at any time, one of our clarity coaches will reach out to you. They'll have a conversation with you, just kind of see what's going on in your life and in your business. They'll hop on a quick call, and it's just to bring clarity out and point you in the right direction of any resource that we have that may be the best for you to help you out. Okay. No, it's all good, man. And that's why sometimes, we hop on here, we try our best to, to help you out, man. But, sometimes it definitely need to book that call. Okay. So, but let's touch on that for a quick second. Okay. So we'll try to dive a little deeper, and we're saying, all right, am I saying that bringing to their attention that all the power that you need to change your life is within. Okay, perfect. Well, not perfect. My bad. When you say change your life, okay, we gotta get a little deeper than that. What does change your life mean to how can you help me change my life? I could change my life by getting a new pair of shoes, right? I could change my life by getting a new house. I could change my life by, being able to travel more or whatever, or get a car. Like, again, you see how we're being vague with our message, right? Okay. Yeah. Step out on faith. My man, Twan, win, no matter what, is in the building. What up, Twan? Good to see you, dude. All right. So again, Corey, we can't be vague with our message, man. All right. I mean, if we get, and this goes out to everybody, if we get vague with our message, all right, then that's the real problem. We really don't have a lead generation problem. We have a clarity problem, right? We're not being clear. Yeah. Dude, it's still, and it just opens up your whole world, dude. Everything opens up in your world when you're like, damn, I see it now. I'm being vague AF. And like, we're asking people to give us thousands of dollars to help them change their life, right? Like, you can be vague with someone. You're going to then ask them to give you $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, change my life. No, tell me how. Don't need to tell me how. Just be clear with me first. Just be clear with me. I'm going to be clear with you. If I can change, the way I change your life, okay? Because we're all coaches here. We're all life changers, right? But the way I change your life is helping you build a coaching business that runs itself. You feel me? It's like, oh man, now I have a 7-figure coaching business that runs myself. Is that going to change your life? Is it going to change your life when we show you how to take your coaching business from 10 to 20 grand a month? Is it going to change your life when you take that business from 100 to 20 grand a month to 100 grand a month or 200 grand a month? Is that going to change your life? Let me know. Looking forward to connecting with you in October. Dude, it's going to be fun. It's going to be good times. I'm going to be hanging out with the Twan. Win, no matter what. All right. So hopefully you're getting value from this so far. If you are getting value from this so far, please drop the word value in the comment section. If you're just popping on and you have lead generation questions, then post your lead generation questions. And if you're not getting 5 to 20 new leads per day, then we need to have a conversation about your lead generation system. Okay. So we need to talk about how are you getting those leads every day? Another big question that came up. I'm sorry, I don't have names. I should have wrote the names on here for the people that answer questions so I could give you a shout out, but I didn't. I apologize. I knew Alicia did ask this question, so I will shout out. Alicia for this one. How many leads should I get daily? Alicia asked this question, and I thought it was, I thought it was a great question because it's one of those things that, like, I don't think enough people actually ask themselves this question in order to hit their goals. Okay, so let me know what's your goal? What's your monthly income goal for your coaching business right now? I know it could be anywhere from like $1,000 a month, or maybe 5 or 10 or 100 or 200. I know my man Twan on here. They got their eyes on that 200 mark, right? On that $200,000 a month mark. It's possible, people. You're here. Okay, my man Twan's doing it. You can do it too. If he can do it, you can do it. Damn it. Okay. Twan. So let's bring out the whiteboard real quick. Let's bring out. All right. So big question is, how many leads should I have daily? All right, I think this opens up a lot of things. Okay. How many leads should you have daily? Well, how many sales do you want to make daily? Okay. That's the big question. It's like, well, how many sales do you need to make daily? What is your price point of your program? Okay. What is your close percentage? And so I think a lot of times when we're talking with coaches, they don't have the right, especially some of the newer coaches, they just don't have the right numbers. They're not asking themselves the right questions. It takes me back to a place where I'll never forget one of my first mentors. When I hopped on a call with her, she would always be like, all right, well, what do you have? Like, what are these numbers? What are your sales? What's your price point? What's your close percentage? Like, what's going on in your business? Like, let me get a pulse, right? So a lot of times when we are working with like a new coach, they're just not aware of these numbers. They're not aware of saying like, all right, well, if I want to make $5,000 a month, right? And Corey, let's just say Corey's price point of his program is $1,000. Let's just say for that, just as a ballpark. I don't know what your price point is for your program, Corey, but we'll just ballpark it at you're selling a program for $1,000 right now. Okay, perfect. So that means in order for you to make $5,000 a month, you have to have 5 clients a month, right? It's easy math, right? And so if we're asking ourselves like, man, how many leads do I need to generate a day? Or how many leads do I need to generate a month? Then it's simple math for me to like break that down and go backwards, work backwards from the top of I need 5 clients. Okay. So if I need 5 clients, then I'm going to work backwards, 5 clients. Okay. And calls, so calls lead to clients. Okay. We all know that, right? Conversation leads to calls. Okay. And content that generates leads to conversation. So if I close at 50%, then that means I need to have 10 calls a month. Math working out here. Okay. Now, if my conversations are around 50%, then I need to have 20 good conversations for the month. And let's just say 50% is our magic number here. So I need to generate at least 40 leads a month from my content that start 20 conversations that are going to lead to 10 calls and 5 clients. Let me know if this makes sense in the comment section. And also let me know like if you're already doing this or you're not doing this, or if you're getting value from this, anything. Just like, give me some feedback on this in the comment section. But if you're not doing this every single month, if you're not checking these numbers every single week, I know a lot of us are coaches. We're not solely focused on numbers. Business marketing is not always our thing. We're here to make an impact. We're here to help people. We're here to, to really transform people, right? But you can't make the transformations that you want to make in other people's lives if you don't get semi good at these things. Okay. So it's one of those things where, Corey, if you want to change someone's life, and I'm not coming down on you by any way, bro. I'm just saying we're just calling out things that we got to call out, right? So again, you want to create transformation. You want to change people's lives. You want to help them in a particular area. You want to help them solve a problem so they can change their life, right? However, if you don't do this, then you're not helping yourself. And if you're not helping yourself, then it's hard to help other people, right? Can I get an amen if you agree with that? And so that's all we want to do. We want to put ourselves in positions that we're just doing what we got to do to help ourselves, help our business, help our life, help our clarity around our business, around this transformational business that we're building. All right. Like there it is right here. Okay. And so another thing is if I get to the place where these numbers, these are hypothetical numbers, right? But I think the point that I want to make, and what I did was I kind of went over the 4 C's of daily client acquisition, which are, again, if I'm creating content, the content should attract the leads, okay? Especially if I'm putting the content in the right place. Okay, so what is content leads? So the content is me either posting on social media, posting on YouTube or blog posts or podcast, and then putting that in front of the right places. Okay. But again, if the content is solving a problem. And so in order for me to make sure that I'm putting that content in the right place, I got to be clear on the problem, and then I can get clear on the who it's for and the where, and then I can easily start to just drip that content to people. Okay. When those people raise their hands, again, that's going to create conversation. Okay. Case in point, one of our newer clients the other day, he put out a piece of content and was paying for that content to reach people on Instagram. Okay, paying $20 a day, put this content in front of people. But what was happening was he was sending that content all the way down and asking people to become a client. Okay, so he was skipping a step. So what we told him to do was, hey, dude, if we're going to do that, it's perfectly fine to do that. But let's create content that creates conversation. Okay, let's move people to a conversation. That way we can easily move people to a call. And if we can book those calls, then we can put ourselves in a better position to have daily clients. Makes sense. And now everything starts to flow a little better. So, all right, perfect, dude. So you're active on social media. That's awesome. So now we just got to really get clear about the problem that we're solving on social. Okay. If we're clear about the problem that we solve on social, we can connect with people authentically and in a way that they know that we understand them. We understand their problem. We understand their situation. We understand what they're going through. We understand their scenarios. We can tell their life back to them. This is the problem that you need to solve if you're dealing with a lead generation problem. Okay. Making all the sense. That's what I'm talking about, dude. We're just making progress. So we knocked out our 4 C's. We already talked about what's the best place to attract the leads. Again, leads are everywhere. All right. Wherever you can solve a problem, it's not about Instagram's better than YouTube or YouTube's better than this. It's like, no, where are your people gathering? Where are they hanging out at? Okay. I'm going to do one more. And if you have any other lead generation questions, if you popped on late and you got other lead generation questions that are not on our board, I know you can't see the questions that I've asked on here, all right, from other people. But what's better, paid or organic lead generation? You know what? I'm a bother. Okay, I'm a both. I think that we should always focus on anything that we can do organically that's going to, again, get more people in our space, start those conversations, book those calls, and get clients. Okay. I think we should all be doing those things organically. I think that if you're going to pay for one, if you're going to pay to get in front of people, then a lot of time, because again, in sales, the fortune's in the follow-up. You've heard that before, right? Fortune's always in the follow-up. So one, you can follow up with paid ads, but you could also follow up with organic things. It's like if I ran an ad and you ran an ad, you downloaded one of our guides, then you downloaded the guide, and then you started following me on Instagram or YouTube or you joined our Facebook group. It's like this organic piece of marketing showing up live right here each week. Like that moves people down the road of becoming a client or becoming a customer, right? And so I think it's about using both. It's about looking at time versus money. You know, a lot of us, I was telling a guy this morning, and I was like, man, one of the biggest mistakes that I made in my early career as an entrepreneur is when I had a job, I was so focused on quitting my job that it didn't allow me to build my business like a system. It didn't allow me to build my business like an actual business, because if I was building my business to keep my job, then what would I have had to do? I would have had to build out systems and processes that didn't require me or 100% of me. And I could have done that with VAs. I could have done that with assistants. I could have done that with software. I could have done that with so many things. And it makes you think systematically versus all right, I need to do everything on my time. So sometimes when you're thinking about paid versus organic, if you have a job right now, right, then it's not always about just posting organically. You have a job that gives you money. Use some of that money to put yourself in front of people every day while you're at work. You know what I mean? It's like create something, create this little robot, create an ad, create something that's starting conversations. That way, when you're on your lunch break, then you can you can navigate those conversations. That way, when you're on your lunch break, you have calls lined up. When you get off work, you've got calls lined up. Or, you know what I mean? Does that make sense, guys? It's like we got to start thinking a little bigger and better when it comes to this stuff, which leads me to my last point of the day. We're all here to play big, all right? We're all here to play this big game. We want to go out there and make 10, 20 grand a month or 10 grand, 20 grand a day, right? You want to play big, but a lot of our actions don't correspond with that playing bigness, right? A lot of us aren't showing up in a way that says like that says, "Ooh, that corresponds with how big I want to play." Okay? A lot of us, we want to make 100 grand a month, but we're not willing to risk 1,000. We're not willing to risk 10 grand. It's like, understand why Vegas wins all the time, because people show up not to lose. And you can't show up in your business playing not to lose. You got to play to win. You got to show up ready to play. Yes. Is this a risky game? Of course it is. Do you have to evaluate your risk for where you're at in your life and your business? Of course you do. But you always have to be in a place where you're like, look, am I in a season where I'm ready to play big? Or do I keep diminishing how I'm going to show up, how I'm going to play big? Am I showing up big today? Am I showing up big in a way where I'm not like letting something small get me down, right? Am I showing up in a way that's powerful, it's energetic, it's attractive? Okay? Like, this is the way that we have to carry ourselves 100% of the time, especially when we talk about lead generation. The first touch point that people actually see you and start to become a follower of you, start to become a lead. They're eventually becoming a client of yours that you're going to work with for the next 3, 6, 9, or 12 months, possibly longer than that. It's about having that energy to show up no matter what, and carry yourself in this high level, because these people are depending on you to change their life in 3 months, 6 months, or a year. And I can't tell you how many times I see someone that's got leads. They got people like getting on the fence. They're coming. They just need to make that decision. And then the person quits their business. The person stops. And then it's like, imagine you coming to me. Okay? Let's play this scenario. Imagine you coming to me saying, you know what? I want your help. I need your help. I want your help in this area. I need to grow my business. I need help with marketing. I need help with these things, right? We have a conversation, and then a month later, you can't find me. A month later, I'm gone, right? A month later, you come to me and I'm like, I'm not doing that no more. I quit. What is your thought process? What's going through your head right now? Woo-hoo! Dodge that bullet. Just saved me a bunch, right? Man, I just almost wasted and I'm like, you know what? Every time I see that happen with someone, I'm like, that's why you don't have clients. That's why your clients don't pay you what you feel you're worth. That's why your clients aren't showing up, because they could smell it. They just didn't smell it like they just couldn't get clear. They knew something was up. They knew, you know what, I don't know if it's enough to like not give you 10 grand. So I'll give you one. Well, I'll give you one. You said you were worth 10K, but let me just give you one. Oh man, glad I only gave you one, because there you go. You didn't show up. You quit. You left. You're out. Now again, maybe you make your decisions, right? There's things that I have quit in the past that are the best decision for you. Okay. They're the best decision for what you got going on in your life right now, right? There are things that I used to do, and I'm like, oh man, there's times when it comes to an end. There's times when something has it's met its end. It's time to let it go, right? And you make the best decision for you. You make the best decision for your life. You make the best decision that's going to serve you the most. But be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, yo, am I playing small? Corey, good to see you, man. Excited to see you guys. 30-day countdown has officially begun, and I will see you guys in Arizona. Pumped to hang out, man. This mastermind is going to be good. It's going to be a lot of fun. We should do something special. We should talk about doing something special, Corey. All right. That's all I got with lead generation. Okay. Oh, you know what? I did miss one. If I didn't answer your questions, let me know. Here's one thing that I'll touch on really quickly here, because this was one question that I was asked and I didn't answer it. Would you ever pay for leads? Oh man, you know what this question makes me? This is going to be funny. It's maybe a little vulgar, maybe a little graphic, but we'll call this scenario. Okay. You're always paying for leads. No matter what, you're always paying for leads. Now, bless you. Now here's the deal. Imagine you're courting a young person, spouse, person, lad, lady, whatever you do what you do. I don't know what you do. All right. There's people out there that they want a nice little nightcap at the end of the night, happy ending, and make sure make sure everything's, happy at the end of the night. Only do that if you're married. Okay. But at the end of the day, there are some people that instead of taking somebody out to dinner, they would just skip the dinner and say, hey, here's $300, here's $500, there you go. Now, at the end of the day, you spent the same amount of money and to get the same thing, right? I don't know if y'all are catching my drift here. Okay. I try to be a little sneaky with this one, but at the end of the day, you're paying for the same thing, right? You're paying for the same result. How you got there was different, but same amount of money went out, same result. That's how I think about paying for leads. Okay. The only reason that I would ever pay for leads is if you want practice getting on the phone with people. Getting on the phone is probably the most powerful way to really get good at like connecting and sales and like all that. I think it's a skill that everybody needs. Me personally, I think everybody needs to build that muscle of being able to sell. Period. I think everyone needs it at some level. Okay. So if you feel like you're really, really shitty at sales and like talking to people, and you need to talk to more people in a way where you're just like, you need to get past the gunk and the ugh of getting rejected and being told no, because I think all of us powerful business owners, I think Corey, if he's still on here, can agree. For someone that does a lot of money a month in their coaching business, it's one of those things where like, you're going to get no's. You have to get no's. You have to get rejected. You have to get, kind of, punched in the mouth a little bit. And then like, there's this moment of like, where it just becomes like, oh, whew, you move past it. And then it rolls right off you. And so if you feel like you need to like get that muscle worked a lot faster than what's happening right now in your business, then I would say like pay for leads. It'll give you some of the best practice that you can get. Just understand this. If you're paying for a lead, then that lead is likely somebody else's lead too. Just like if you saw one of our Facebook or YouTube ads, then guess what? You probably opted in to one of our other competitors' Facebook or YouTube ads, right? So just because you generate a lead, okay, paid lead, doesn't mean that it's your lead. So if you're paying for leads, if you're paying a company and say, hey, send me leads from y'all's network, they're probably sending those same leads to some other people. Yes, Kevin, I said it. Has happy ending. Okay. That's what I said. I don't regret it. I said it. So again, I would never really pay for leads. I think it's one of those things where you should look to create an asset for yourself, your list, your lead generation system. But at the end of the day, sometimes if I have paid for leads in the past where I needed to just work through and get on the phone with people and connect with people and work through the rejection, hear the no's, hear all the things. Okay. Because, and know that there was no expectation for the person to buy. If they bought, then great, but it was one of those things that it just kind of makes that muscle stronger for you. All right. Appreciate it, Kevin. Appreciate it, man. All right, guys. That's all I got. That's all the questions that were asked on lead generation. Hopefully you got some value from it. Hopefully it helps. And if you need one of those clarity calls with our clarity coaches, just comment the word impact. That way we can help you with your coaching business, get clarity around your goals, get clarity around the problem that's going on in your business, the problem that you solve. And we'd be happy to point you in the right direction of some resources that may help you make some progress. All righty. I'm out of here. Have an amazing week, and we'll catch you inside of the Facebook group, on YouTube, on Instagram, and our podcast all week to help you build a coaching business that runs itself. I'm out of here. See you guys.